You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 2nd of June, 2025. It is 74 days after the spring equinox. It is 18 days before the summer solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 14th day of Prairial, the day of the acacia. The acacia. The sun rises today at 5:26 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:54 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:22 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:55 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:36 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute, 7 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon reaches its first quarter today at 11:41 p.m. The full moon will arrive on Wednesday, the 11th of June. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 3:46 a.m., 1 meter 40. In the morning, low tide, 10:09 a.m., 18 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 4:40 p.m., 1 meter 40. At night, low tide, 10:40 p.m., 37 centimeters. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. The Delaware Watershed. Cannonsville, 100% full. Papacton, 100%. Neversink, 100%. Rondout, 96%. The Catskill Watershed. Schoharie, 101%. Ashokan, 98%. The Croton System, 99% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, privet bushes are just about to bloom. A native of Eurasia, it is widely used in North America as a plant for hedges. Unfortunately, it is a prodigious breeder, and it is considered invasive in this region. Nevertheless, it is an effective hedge, and widely planted here in the neighborhood. Look for its small white blooms in the coming week. Commemorations. On this day in 1763, Pontiac's War began. In the wake of Britain's victory in the French and Indian War, British control over the whole of Canada led to increasing tension with native peoples around the Great Lakes. Under the leadership of Odawa leader Pontiac, Ojibwe warriors captured Fort Michilimackinac in what is today the state of Michigan. A lacrosse game was used as a ruse to divert the attention of the British garrison before the fighting broke out. Pontiac's war did not force the British out, but many of the natives' grievances were addressed in new treaties with the Crown. Pontiac is now, sadly, remembered by most as the name of a General Motors car. On this day in 1851, the first law in the United States to prohibit the sale of alcohol was enacted in Maine. Just 4 years later, on this same day, the Portland Rum Riot took place in Portland, Maine. A large crowd of perhaps 1,000 people gathered to protest the mayor of Portland, Neil Dow, an outspoken prohibitionist who was known as the Napoleon of temperance. Violence soon ensued. Maine repealed prohibition in 1856. In 1899, this day, the 2nd of June, was declared a day of fasting and prayer by the National Afro-American Council. Its aim was to protest the practice of lynching in the United States. It was one small step in eradicating a practice that has been a scourge throughout our history. On this day in 1928, Kraft began selling Velveeta cheese. It had been developed by Emil Frey in 1918 at the Monroe Cheese Company, and Kraft had bought the product line. Today, Velveeta is classified as a pasteurized prepared cheese product. It may not be sold as cheese, because it isn't quite. On this day in 1951, Gilbert Baker was born. The artist and gay rights activist was the designer of the rainbow flag. Remember Gilbert Baker this Pride Month. Alternate side of the street parking is suspended today in New York City in honor of Shavuot. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 2nd of June, 2025.